Good evening to one and all. A warm welcome to 50th International Workshop on Greatest Contribution of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar for Modern India, or Outstanding Contribution of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar to Modern India. Golden Jubilee Year of NEHU, May 2022 to May 2023. International Workshop Series, a series of 100 programs every Saturday 5 to 7 p.m. Look up Aim High, Nation First, Self Next. Jointly organized by Internal Quality Assurance Cell, IQAC, Northeastern Hill University, NEHU, Shillong, Meghalaya, and Indian Society for Training and Development, ISTD, Shillong chapter, in collaboration with the Department of Philosophy and IQAC, MORAN College, affiliated to Dibrugarh University, ASSAM, and the Department of Philosophy, Sri Venkateswara University, Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh. A warm welcome to today's keynote speaker, collaborator, my guru, Professor P. Chennaiah sir. Continuous effort and service. It is a really great achievement of three institutions, education institutions, Sri Venkateswara University, Northeastern Hill University, and Moran College. On 2nd October 2021, we initiated this series of 100 programs. Now almost we are the middle of our journey, half of journey already we completed. Today we're going to complete. This is without the help of Professor P. Chennaiah sir. The last 50 programs, no single program was not attended by Professor Chennaiah sir. Every program attended, sir postponed all the other personal and professional activities. Really, we are grateful to Professor Chennaiah sir. Professor P.S. Sukla sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Northeastern Hill University, sir is also continuously supporting Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sri Venkateswara University, Professor Raja Reddy sir, Professor Mithali Kova ma'am, Principal, Moran College, Dr. Rajendra Prasad Bartakur sir, IQAC Coordinator, Moran College, Dr. Srutasini Gogoi Madam, Workshop Coordinator, Moran College, Professor B.S. Mipun sir, Chairman, ISTD Shillong Chapter, Professor A.S. Dikshit sir, Director, IQAC, NEHU, and noble participants. Here, actually, we are organized. We have organized n number of programs under Azadi Ka Amrita Mahotsav. I simply interacted with Professor Chennaiah sir. 50th program. It is better we can do on Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, outstanding contribution of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar to modern India. Professor Chennaiah sir mentioned, even myself and Professor Chennaiah sir visited M.G. Nirsha Mahatma Gandhi National Institute of Research and Social Action. We are calling M.G. Nirsha, NIRSA, Hyderabad, Domalgoda. I myself and Professor Chennaiah sir, I think 4 times we visited before joining NEHU and presented paper on Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru, and B.R. Ambedkar, Mahatma Gandhi, and other social reformers. We met so many innovative, creative educationalist and administrator, farmers, registrar of Sri Venkateswara University also. That time I learned many things from Professor Chennaiah sir. Earlier, Professor Chinnai sir, suppose always just as a teacher, we always keeping notes with us. But while observing sir way of presentation first time, I simply suggested it indicates the simplicity of a teacher and how much sir has given importance to me. Simply, I said, sir, without paper, when you deliver any content, really it is extraordinary and reaching very easily and quickly. Sir, readily accepted. Next time onward till date, never take any paper. Everything sir is keeping in his mind and presenting. Today also, sir is going to elaborate in detail how Ambedkar born and brought up the national and international relationship, economy, social reforms, even constitution, so many things, not only particular or specific, there are n number of contributors. That's why outstanding contribution of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar to modern India. He's not only the physical things, his thoughts are very, very important. I'm going to present during my presentation. But Professor Chennai sir, perspective, philosophical perspective, sociological perspective, economic perspective, and political perspective, all A to Z. Because sir is just like a walking encyclopedia. You can get, you can interact. I am requesting the participants to interact more and more with Professor Chinnai sir to uncover the covered things and untold stories are always getting the first-hand information validity we have in a theories of knowledge, concepts of knowledge in the epistemology, a theory of knowledge, study of knowledge, a branch of philosophy. So in that way, we being a philosopher, myself and Professor Chinnai sir, Srutaswani madam, we have philosophical background. Myself and Professor Chinnai sir, we have education background also. The perspective, education perspective, philosophical perspective, sociological perspective, academic perspective, political perspective, technological perspective. Best example how a economist, a politician, a social reformer to think. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the best example. Still, crores of people within India, outside India, are taking him as a role model for social reform. We are really grateful to him. Now, we start our program with Vande Mataram as usual. Just I want to show you the first international workshop flyer. This is we are organized the first international workshop on non-violence for happy and healthy. All same collaborators are same. Here actually we started that one. Sri Venkateswara University and the Moran College, IQAC, and education that one again. I think next program, 51st program onwards, again the same Department of Education, the IQAC and the ISTD, we are going to organize under the same umbrella with the help of Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir and our HOD and the Dean. Now we'll start our program with Vande Mataram, then we are all as we are waiting eagerly to listen from Professor Chinnai Sir the outstanding contribution of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar to modern India.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sukhalam, Malayaj Sheetalam, Sasyamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Shubhrajyosna Pulakitayamini, Pullakusumita Drumadala Shobhini, Suhasini Sumadhura Bhashini, Sukhadam Varadam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram.
Thank you. Now I am requesting Professor Chennai sir to deliver keynote address. Over to Professor Chennai sir.
Respectable coordinator, Dr. Amaresh sir, who is the designer of the program and who has organized nearly 200 programs up to now with a successful manner, and all the participants of the program. So India is a country where we find great philosophers, saints, policy makers, revolutionary persons. It is a land of great excellency, a land of enlightenment, a land for giving messages throughout the world for human integrity. If you observe many things relating with the independence movement, we find many things. So Britishers have to enter India nearly at the period of 1600. Then they started business. Then they have an idea to get more political power. Then they have taken help from military and other private organizations to get more political power. They started creating a division of differences among princes, rulers of India. In 1754, in the Plassey War, in 1757, Buxar War, then they win many things. In 1857, they experienced mutiny of Sepoys. Then many people have come to freedom movement. So Indian National Congress in 1885. So Mahatma Gandhi entered. Lala Lajpat Rai, Bala Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, Anne Besant, Sarojini Naidu, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Jawaharlal Nehru, the great revolutionary person, Subhash Chandra Bose. Many great people have entered in the freedom movement. In the year 1934, a great philosopher of India, M.N. Roy, has given idea. In India, we are fighting against Britishers to get independence. If they give independence, what is our model? How to rule our country? We need a constitution based on socialism, secularism, democracy, republic, welfare for all. So he is meant for radical humanism. Every system based on love and affection. We have to give more concern for human love and kindness. So he said in 1934, we have to take permission, we have to take order from Britishers to prepare a constitution for future independence of our country. In 1936, Jawaharlal Nehru presented in a conference, give me permission order, we want to prepare a constitution for our India. If we get freedom in future, we have to implement our self-made constitution. So they have not accepted, they have not given orders in the year 1936, in the year 1934. The first M.N. Roy has submitted letter, they have not accepted. Jawaharlal Nehru has given petition and they have not accepted. In the year 1939, Chakravarti Rajgopalachari has given letter to Britishers. So kindly give order to prepare a constitution in 1939. In 1941, then Viceroy Lil Sogro, then Viceroy has arranged a meeting to Indian leaders. So that is the period of Second World War from 1939 to 45. He asked the leaders, we want your cooperation. We need more people for involving in the war. We want to recruit more people for defense, recruitment of soldiers and everything. At the same time, they have given acceptance on the basis of Rajgopalachari's letter that we have accepted for preparing of constitution. At the same time, for preparing constitution, you have to conduct elections throughout the country on the basis of proportional representation system. Then on the basis of elections, election representatives, you have to start. But he has given permission in 1941. But it has come to existence implementation in 1945 February. So in the February 1946, so then Prime Minister Britain Clemency Attlee has given order that we are going to give independence to India before June 1948. But many things happened. Meanwhile, finally they declared independence in 1947, August 15th. Before that, in 1946, in the month of August, on the basis of British government order for preparing an Indian constitution, so they organized an election throughout the country. Then they got representatives. In 1946, December 9th, they started Constituent Assembly. That is just like a parliament, decision-making body. It has a judicial, every power it has. From 1946, December 9th to 1949, November 26th, they have submitted the Constitution copy. The Constitution Assembly accepted the draft to Constitution copy. That means acceptance of Parliament. Constituent Assembly means then Parliament. So they approved. In 1950, January 26th, it has come for existence, for implementation. During the period of Indian Constitution preparation in the Constituent Assembly, Ambedkar was the member, Jawaharlal Nehru, Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Munshi, great people, lawyers, jurists, many great people are there. In that Constituent Assembly, many committees are there. One of the committee chairman is Jawaharlal Nehru. For civil rights, fundamental rights committee chairman is Sardar Vallabhbhai. And many persons are there. The main monitor and operating person is a Dr. Rajendra Prasad. He was also a lawyer. He worked some time in the Calcutta as a lawyer. During the Champaran movement in the Bihar, the Britishers have given order to farmers to prepare only agriculture crop of indigo. That is a commercial crop that is used for cleaning of clothes. So then the farmers opposed. During the period, with the help of, with the invitation of Mahatma Gandhi, Dr. Rajendra Prasad as a lawyer, worked in the Calcutta, has entered in the freedom movement. So in the Constituent Assembly, the chairperson for the Constituent Assembly was the Rajendra Prasad. He's a great exemplary person. So he worked as a President of India for 2 terms, from up to 62. So at the time, the salary is 10,000 rupees. He has taken only 5,000 rupees. He has returned 5,000. He has sent all staff members. He has taken only one staff member in his office, in the President of India office, to avoid more expenditure. He's a very clean person, very simple person. He has taken more care in every step. During the period, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the drafting committee chairman. So all the committees during the period from 1946 December 9th to 1949 November 26, during the period many deliberations, many discussions. So almost the Constant Assembly tried to collect material from 60-70% of the countries of the world. So they have taken more important, valuable things for preparing great constitution for the welfare of the Indian society and the people. So during the period, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, as a lawyer, great man, statesman. So Ambedkar studied in America, in the Britain, here in the Osmania University. So he is an excellent person. He has a multiple skills. He has a extraordinary drafting skills. So he worked many positions during the period of British rule, also in the Viceroy Council. So he prepared very nicely. He has given many suggestions for protection of rights of the SC/ST people, for reservations, for minorities. At the same time, he has given more important information for the preparation of preamble. So for secularism, for democracy, sovereign. So he presented many great things, and he has taken great steps. So in the 1949, November 26th, the Constant Assembly submitted. Then the Constant Assembly approved. It has passed a law. During the period in 1949, November 25th and 26th, that area there was a meeting. In that meeting, many people talked about the effects of the freedom movement, the important aspects of the constitution, the future of the Indian civilization and the Indian people. Then at the time, the chairperson of the Constant Assembly, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, and the drafting giving us so they said about annihilate the basis of human existence. They said about the constitution. So here Rajendra Prasad said during the period, so we have prepared a beautiful constitution. We have collected many aspects from more than 70% of the countries. Those countries have written constitutions. They have collected from the fundamental rights, direct to state policy, the welfare programs, from American government, judicial review, preamble relating with sovereign social republic. So here the Dr. Rajendra Prasad has given suggestion. So we have taken constitution from the Britain, but there is a difference between British constitution and Indian constitution. There in the Britain, they have a monarchy, so royal family administration. But here we are not accepting that type of thing. So here we are operating our democracy, our rule with the people. So we are appointing all people, the Prime Minister, the President, all people are elected by the people. But if they do any wrong thing, there is a scope for people to get down through impeachment and the various types of other things with the democratic process. So many great things they suggested. So here in the Constitution drafting submission meeting, they said, we have prepared very nice Constitution principles, but if we have a people who are free from fear, who are free from ego and self-centeredness, whose life is dedicated for the welfare of the people, if we find that type of people only, our constitution is valid and useful. If we have a fearful people, self-centered people, egoistic people, biased people, negative people, destructive people, we want to get more results on the basis of our constitution. So it is a document. It is a vehicle of life. It has many great things, but we need honest, fearless, impartial, great people for operating. So it is left to the people of the India in the future. They may decide what type of people they may elect. So this content presented by Dr. Rajendra Prasad. So here Dr. B.R. Ambedkar also in the same meeting, he said, so in India we have various types of problems, but if you give this constitution for a good people, they may operate very nicely. If we have given some principles in the Indian constitution, they may be a sufficient or insufficient, but if it is go to the control of the good people, they may do good things. Even we don't find any principles in the constitution. If the constitution operated by good people, then only we may get justice, liberty and everything. So we have done some good things. This is a good beginning. He said, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, from January 26, 1950 onwards, we are going to see contradictions in India. He said, in the society, in the political level, we find liberty, equality and everything. In the social and economic level, we find inequalities. We find contradictions. In our society, we have a violation of human rights. We have a violation of women's rights. We have unemployment. We have a malnutrition. We have a injustice for the downtrodden people. There is a practice of untouchability. So many things are there. Here, we have to fight against injustice. So he said about we have to educate all people. So education is the most important. Education is a fuel. Education is a property. If you develop more education in the society, in the country, that education will create great strength for the people. Education creates a revolution in the society. Education creates a development in the social, political, educational, environmental, all levels of. So the great input is education. So we have to develop more education. We have to develop organization. So we have to fight against injustice. We have to protect our rights. So through fighting, through struggle, we may get power and prestige. So education also most important, fighting. So here Ambedkar, during the period of the planning commission, he has suggested many good things. So he was the first law minister. He has given good suggestions for the Hindu code bill also. He tried for the development of downtrodden minorities, women and many other people. He is a person of great intellectuality, a person of human rights protection. He said, we have to develop a great strength for women. We have to give more rights and protection for the labor class. We have to avoid untouchability. We have to give more strength for the Dalits and untouchables in the country. We have to give more reservations and everything for economic and political development, he said. At the same time, he said about many things relating with life. So he said, freedom of mind is the most important in the life. He said, if you have no freedom in the mind, you have no chains, you are in the society, but you are not a free person. If you have no freedom in your mind, you are free, you may not have any freedom. So here he is telling freedom from mind, freedom of mind is the most important. He is telling freedom from contradictions, freedom from problems, freedom from impurities, freedom from all contradictions, free from all impurities, the most important. He's telling that freedom from all isms, all problems is the most important. Free mind is the most important to see exactly what it is. Then only. So he said, here in India, we have to live with a self-sufficient manner. If you want to live with a respectable manner, with a dignified manner, we have to develop a self-help. Self-help is the most important thing in the life. Otherwise, there is a danger. So self-respect and self-confidence are most important in our existence. So human beings are mortal. They are impermanent. But human beings have ideas. So a plant needs water for flourishing, for developing. At the same time, a idea needs propagation. So here Ambedkar is telling, human being is not a water drop. If you throw water drop in the ocean, it may disappear. It may not have any identity. In the society, human beings should live with identity, with a self-respect. That's why we have to live with independent manner. Dignity is the most important thing in our society. Otherwise, there is a problem. So here, he's telling that one philosopher is there, Mill. So there is a dogma of Mill. He said, one country should not rule another country. That is the idea of the Mill. Is a philosopher, Western philosopher. Ambedkar is telling, in the same manner, one community should not rule other community. We have to tell here, we should be very independent. We have to protect our rights very freely. Otherwise, there is a danger for our existence. So here, Ambedkar is telling, we have to understand the global things. We have to follow liberty, equality, and fraternity. He accepted in the later stage Buddhism. He condemned many ancient Hindu traditions and everything. He said there are great things in the Hinduism. If you give more scope for awakening of things, it may become very great religion. Finally, he has joined in the Buddhism. So he attended in the one Buddhist conference in the Nepal also during his lifetime. He has given many interviews in the BBC. They are in the YouTube. So he said, liberty are most important. Freedom is the most important. Protection of rights are most important. So for that, first of all, we have to develop more education, then more awareness, then we have to fight. We have to live with the dignity. Dignity is the most important thing in our life. So otherwise there is a danger. He's telling Buddhism is a great religion. He accepted the Buddhistic principles. He said there is a sorrow in the world. The cause of sorrow is a desire. There is a cessation of sorrow. There is a way for cessation of suffering. So he accepted, he loved the great principles of Ashtanga Marga. So right view, right thought, right action, right speech, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. So he said, our Guru is a Buddha. In Buddhism, we find reasoning. We find very, very great things relating with life. We have to follow Buddhism. So here in the Buddhism, we don't find any untouchability or anything in the thing. So here he's telling compassion is the most important. Love is the most important. Human dignity is the most important. We have to live here with a respectable manner. We are not superior to anybody and we are not inferior to anybody. We are a self-sufficient people. We are a independent people. We are a dignified people. We have to fight for our rights. That is the most important thing. So he is telling indifference for anything is not good. So we have to respond very carefully. He is telling there is a quarrel between ethics and economics in the history If you see the victory of quarrel between ethics and economics, the economics win. So the money power win. So it is there according to Ambedkar. So here he's telling, if your body is not healthy, if you are not getting sufficient food and clothing and protection, if you have no land sources, if you have no sufficient income, you won't feel happy psychologically. For that, you need more things. So here he's telling enthusiasm is the most important. If you have no enthusiasm, if you have no inspiration, if you have no hope for your future, then you won't live very happily. You may go with the depression. So hopelessness leads to lack of enthusiasm. So here the main reason for lack of enthusiasm on the part of anything, so individual loses the hope for getting an opportunity to elevate himself. So here opportunities are most important. Then we have to protect our life. He's telling the short name, the other name for justice is liberty, equality, and fraternity. So here, political liberty, social liberty, economic liberty. So here in the social liberty point of view, here in the society, we have to live with the dignity, with the respect. Economic liberty, we have to get sharing of economic resources. We have to live with a dignified manner, food, shelter, clothing, other biological needs. We need financial resources. So here political liberty, we have to participate in the political level. For that, we need great opportunities to involve in the political line. So equality. So equality is the most important thing in the social, political, religious, educational. So equalization of educational opportunities. So we have to give more scope for equalization of opportunities in the various levels of society. Fraternity. So here Ambedkar telling, so all human beings are one. Psychologically, our consciousness is same. So we may be tall or short or black or white or intelligent or dull. We are a human beings. Our brotherhood is the same. We have to respect our brotherhood. Otherwise, there is a danger for our existence. Here, he discriminated two aspects: concept of great man and eminent man. So people may be a great, but we need eminent man. A eminent man is one who is free from ego, who is a simple person, who serves society. We need eminent persons for our country to serve people, to develop more things. So here Ambedkar is telling, freedom from problems is the most important. Cultivation of mind should be our ultimate goal for human existence. So good mind, a mind with love, affection, compassion, tenderness. A mind should be free from jealousy, anger, sadness, misunderstanding, hatred. So here we have to avoid the negative psychological feelings. We have to create positive psychological feelings. So here a good mind filled with good thoughts and good emotions, that type of mind is essential for the development of individual and the society. So here in the Ambedkar is a freedom fighter, integrated person. He has created wonderful opportunity. He has given nice things for the preparation of Indian Constitution. He has fought for rights of the downtrodden. Many things he introduced in the Indian Constitution. He lived with excellent manner. Finally, he is telling that every human being should be free from all types of bondages, evils, ignorance. Mind should be free. If your mind is free from all the things, then you can understand world excellent manner. You may live with a pleasant manner. First of all, you should clean your mind, then you do right things in the society. So I concluded this speech, Amresh sir.
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now I am requesting our noble participant to interact with Professor Chennai, sir. Over to the participants.
Good evening, sir. My name is
Good evening.
Subramanian Gandhi. So one of
Yes,
the
please.
famous Ambedkar quotation is, life should be great rather than long. What is the real meaning of it, sir?
Life
So
should be.
everybody expect long life. Life should be great rather than long.
Once again, please tell me.
Life should be great rather than long.
Yes. Yes, yes. So here, uh, naturally, in the human longevity, some people may live 100 years or 110 years or 120 years or 80 years. It depends upon various factors. Life should be great, not long. But some people may live long life. They may not do any good things. They may not live with a happy manner. So here, our life may be short, but great means doing good things for others, living affection, sharing something, protecting other people rights. Great means giving and sharing something for others, helping others. Here, giving the positive feelings like love, compassion, tenderness, helpfulness, many good positive thoughts to the humanity. At the same time, in the action manner, we have to protect the rights of the people. We have to give more dignity for the society. We have to create more opportunities for political, religious, educational developments of the society. If you do good things in the short time, our works create greatness. If you live long time or 100 years or 120 years or 80 years, if you want to do any thing, that is not a useful thing. That's why your lifetime is not the factor here. You may live long time, you may live short time, but your life should be exemplary. You should be very honest, very truthful, do good things, follow law of action, law of balance, express positive feelings, do very nice things for the development of society. If they do nice things, they may be great. That's why he's telling. So here our lifetime is not the concern. Some people may live long or short, that is different. Great means doing good things, helping others, protecting others. That is the right thing. So living long time, doing nothing, harming others, not living properly, that is not good. That's why great means doing right things. Venkata Subramanian Ganapati.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Tell me.
What are the modern values of Ambedkar, sir?
So here the modern values of Ambedkar is so here equality. So in the society we may be SC, ST, BC, minority, women, children or anything, but give importance equally for all people. Don't create any discrimination. That's why he has left from Hinduism and he joined in the Buddhism. So here castelessness, universality, brotherhood. So here the moral values relating with Ambedkar is doing right thing, follow dharma, his tell. So the great dharma we find in the Buddhism. So in the Buddhism, our great Guru Buddha says, according to Ambedkar, if you follow right things, you may get more happiness. If you want to follow right things, you may get unpleasantness. Your action is responsible for your happiness and unhappiness. That's why follow good things. Here, the moral values relating with Ambedkar also, relating with the Buddhistic religion, he said moral values, right to living is one of the moral value. So right to living means living without any violence, living without any exploitation, living without harming, living with the right means, living with a good sense is a way of life. Another is a right to talk. Here the moral value is in the society you have to talk very pleasantly. If you talk negatively, you may get negative results. If you talk pleasantly, nicely, on the basis of compassion and love, welfare and everything, you may get property, you may get friends and relatives. You may be very happy. That's why talking with the right manner, with the intelligent manner is a moral value. At the same time, so here, right action also one of the moral value. You have to protect the people. Don't do harmful things for nature, children or women or anybody. Do always good things. If you do good things, you may get. So here, free from violence, free from exploitation, giving respect, helping others. These are the some important values, moral we find in the Ambedkar Venkata Subramanian Ganpati.
So thank you, sir. My another doubt is, sir, our constitution had two parts, sir, preamble and a constitution, sir. Who drafted preamble, sir? Constitution.
So here in the constitution, so at the beginning of the, so here we have a nearly 350 more than 208 Congress and 93, maybe more than 350 members are there in the constitution. There we have a more than 6 or 7 committees. One committee, the drafting committee headed by the B.R. Ambedkar, and the rights committee, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, another special committee by Jawaharlal Nehru. Many committees are there. So it is a collective step. So here it is not a single person and it is not a single person. So here they presented, all the people discussed, and finally they have conducted, they passed the motion, they approved. So just like a passing a act in the parliament, in the Constituent Assembly, for everything they have started motions and they got approval by the Constituent Assembly members. So at the beginning, Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Patel, Rajendra Prasad, and B.R. Ambedkar, K.M. Munshi, and great other people found that so we need democratic republic and sovereign. So at the beginning we find this. Then after some time, during the period Indira Gandhi, she introduced a socialistic and secular. So here, during the period of constitution also, they have a idea that democratic socialism. Here, socialism, secularism. What do you mean by secularism? Giving respect for all religions. So giving importance for all people, respecting the rights of the people, not interfering the beliefs and ideas on anything. In the socialism, so the production, this distribution, the exchange, the all factors of production, the activities of economy governed by the state. So if the state is governed by all economic activities, the state may distribute financial resources with somewhat equal manner to avoid inequalities, to avoid exploitation. That's why the Constituent Assembly headed by the Rajendra Prasad, with the motion, with the discussion, with a collective manner, they have created preamble, Venkata Subramanian Ganpati.
Okay, sir, wonderful, and that is explains very well about it, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. So, Hema Garu is available in the line.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, please share something, ask something, say something.
Yes, sir. You have very well explained about Ambedkar's constitution, sir. I would like to add only 2 words in this regard, sir. The Constitution of India also is known as the Bharatiya Samvidhanam. It is supreme law of India. That is the document which lays the framework, which demarcates the fundamental political code, the structure, the procedure, the powers, and the duties of the government institutions, and it sets the fundamental rights, the directive principles, what are the duties of the citizens. And it is also the longest national constitution of the world, sir. Which was ratified on 26th November in 1949. That is nearly some 72 years back, sir. And the system which was followed is the Federal Parliamentary Constitutional Republic system, which consists of the branches, the 3 branches, That is the executive, legislature, and the judiciary running hand in hand,
Yes.
sir. The chambers which are present are the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha also. And the Prime
Yes.
Minister, which led the cabinet responsible for the lower house of the parliament. So
Yes.
you have very well explained about all these things. And the Ambedkars who wrote the constitution, which was amended till date 105 times, sir. 105 times. And the last amendment
Yes.
was happened on 10th August 2021. That is the 105th amendment took place on 10th August 21. Sir.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you have very well explained about the Ambedkar's the chairmanship of the drafting committee. What are all the things, sir? B.N. Rao, the constitutional advisor to the Constitutional Assembly. Surendranath Mukherjee, the chief draftsman of the Constituent Assembly, and other constituent members of those assembly also, sir. The signatories were 284 members of these Constituent Assembly.
Yes.
And this constitution supersedes the Government of India Act 1935 and the Independence Act 1947, sir.
Yes. Yes. Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
And also it imparts the constitutional supremacy since it was created by the Constituent Assembly rather than the Parliament. It was adopted by the people with the declaration as its preamble.
Yes.
The Parliament also has no right, cannot override the Constitution. That is the most important thing. The Constitution of India declares India as a sovereign, secular, socialist, secular, democratic republic, which assures the citizens equality, justice, and liberty, and endeavors to promote the fraternity among them.
They started with the people of India.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Yes. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us with the constitution written by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, sir. Thank you so much.
So, welcome, and you have presented very nicely. So the Rajendra Prasad and B.R. Ambedkar and many people said, and most of the 70% of the countries of the world, we have collected many things that directive principles of state policy, fundamental rights, and judicial review from the American Constitution, from Ireland, some welfare programs, and so many things from many constitutions. But they are telling,
Sir.
you have to select a good people. If good people are there in the operation in the top level, the constitution may get more results. If you have no right people, they may violate something, then you may fight for that. So they have cautioned even the on the last day of the constitution submission in the November 26, 1949, on the day there was a meeting there, they sensed with the intuition that some people may come and they may violate, they may do something, but people have to take more care for protection of the constitution and everything, for protection of the people rights. So these things happened because they have experienced freedom struggle, they experienced jail, they experienced lack of rights, they experienced violence and everything. That's why they have created wonderful constitution for a healthy way of life, for dignity of the people. So very nice, Hema Garu, for your sharing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Amresh, sir.
Yes.
Sir, yes, Bhupesh Debarma, sir.
Please.
Very nice presentation, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Share something.
I have a few observations, sir.
Yes.
You have rightly spelled out all the constitutional issues related to Ambedkar and his work, no doubt. And even something about fascism you have spelled out. That's also excellent. Now, if we look into the work of Dr. Ambedkar, beginning with Past in India, that which was presented in New York in the Columbia University 1916, and like even his undelivered speech, The Annihilation of Caste, with a reply to Gandhi and many others, we find the fact, particularly in the Annihilation of Caste, whereby we know about his notion of an ideal state, that is liberty, equality, and fraternity, no doubt. Now, in this postmodern period, this is one of the great challenges, I think. As a teacher of philosophy, I feel, as a citizen, I feel that have we attained Swaraj in the language of Gandhi, and have we been able to fulfill these three principles, liberty and equality and fraternity, in this present century, whereby Ambedkar talks about a society free from casteism. So, standing in between this position, are we free from all kinds of slavery in this modern world from the perspective of Ambedkar? Would you like to throw some light on this?
So actually, you said very nicely. Here we are philosophers and persons of clarity. So there is a misunderstanding. There is a different of opinion between Gandhi and Ambedkar. So they have a personal opinion that so Gandhi is talking in the journals in the one sense and in the public meeting another sense. But Gandhi is telling about the Ambedkar that so Ambedkar is creating divisions and everything. We have to protect our society. We have a great values. Our philosophy. We have to unite. So here there is a arguments relating with opinions of Gandhi and Ambedkar that are there, but the both people philosophies you observe. So Mahatma Gandhi also said, so entire world is a one family. Humanity is the most important. So humanity is a ocean. According to Gandhi, humanity is a ocean. If some drops of impurity thrown on the ocean, we won't say the entire ocean is impure. So some impurities we find in the ocean, we may purify. In the society also, we may find some impurities, just like a untouchability and everything. But Gandhi started entering some untouchables and some caste people in the temples. He started. So here he has a great outlook. But Ambedkar point of view, he's telling on the basis of constitution, we need reservation, we need right education, we have to organize and we have to educate. Economic independence is the most important. On the basis of economic independence, economic strength, we may get a social and political. On the basis of that, if you develop economically with the intellectual manner, naturally we may create a change in the society on the basis of education, economic protection, good social values, we may eradicate the casteism. So here love and affection is the most important. Treat human beings equally. Human dignity is the most important. So say something about human purity of mind is the most important than external things. So both people in their own way, they have given nice guidance. But here Ambedkar has given a revolutionary outlook. So he said, educate, agitate, and organize. So you have to fight for our rights. On the basis of fighting, you have to create equality in the society. So both people have some differences. Both people have contributed for the development of all sections of the society. But finally, in the direct and indirect way, they both contributed for a good society, a society based on love and affection. Bhupesh Dabrma. Hello.
Yes.
So
yes,
I have shared something. Okay, very nice for your sharing. We have shared something.
But my point is, my point is focusing
You have
more.
You have to ask.
focus
You have to ask direct question, very straight, just like a shooting type. If you ask a question directly, I may give answer directly. So
Okay.
you ask question
we-
directly, I give directly answer.
Have we really fulfilled the dream of Ambedkar in the present century?
No, it is not fulfilled. It is in the way, it is in the journey, it is in the fighting. So it has not fulfilled. So up to some extent, it is a fulfilled, it is an incomplete manner. So now people have got some results. In the future, they may. So it is in the journey. So the all people in the country, they are realizing the principles of Ambedkar, the suggestions of Ambedkar, they are in the move, they are in the journey. After some time, they may achieve. At present, up to some extent, they have achieved, not completely achieved. Bhuvesh Dharma ji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Welcome, welcome. Amresh sir.
Any other?
Hello, Namaste, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. I think
You ask one direct question, then we will
Yes,
give
sir.
chance to Amresh sir, then we will start. You ask direct question, Pavan Kumar.
Yes, sir. Sir, nowadays.
Direct question.
Okay, sir. Nowadays, our constitution scientifically two concepts change. Must and should. One is black money of interest living life. That reforms, scientifically reforms. Second,
So
our
actually,
education system, online
actually, you are telling
sir.
something. Here, okay, I am
Sir, sir.
accepting, but here I want to a question, direct
Sir.
question
Okay,
for
sir.
answering. You are telling very good. You are explaining something, but I want a question form for
Ambedkar,
time maintenance.
okay, sir.
So I want a direct question form.
Okay. Ambedkar, our constitution, Indian constitution, what are the benefits at that time or this time? Benefits are what are the explain scientifically, sir?
So through constitution, so this is a direct question. Through constitution from 1951, the elections occurred in 1952, first general elections. So through constitution for SC, ST, they have given 10 years reservations in the political level. So every 10 years they are renewing on the basis of constitution and the political reservations and the reservations in the education and the economic level. So many people developed, many people become IAS, IPS, many people have got social strength and everything. So many developments are there. Through constitution, all levels of society, we find great development. So now we are in the highest level in the economic point of view, in the defense, in the space, in the society, in the food grains, in the green revolution, in the white revolution, in the underground research programs, in the space research programs, in the ocean. So all levels, on the basis of the activities of the constitution, we developed a great level. We got more benefits from our constitution. Okay, Pavan Kumar. Amresh sir, you ask one small question, then you will move.
Okay, sir. Sir, what are the greatest contribution of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar for education and for teachers, sir? For because our participants are students and teachers.
Yes. Actually, during the freedom movement and during the period, he worked with a British council with ISRA advisory board in the Constitution Assembly. After Constitution enforcement, he worked as a law minister during the government of Jawaharlal Nehru. He said many times, education is a light. Education is a asset. Education is a property for the development of the country, for the development of the individual, for the changes in the society. We have to develop a kind of education. He has given instruction to the government that you have to allot more funds for the education. for development of illiteracy, give opportunities for SC, ST, BC and minorities, women and everything. So here in the beginning stage, he has given more opportunities. So he said about teacher training, university starting, funding more for education. So because he has done many degrees. He studied in the America, Britain, India. He knows the value of education. That's why he has given more suggestions to the Jawaharlal Nehru. He contributed a lot. So he said, education alone can change our society. If you miss education, you miss understanding about yourself. If you miss on education, you may not get enlightenment relating with life. That's why read books, read good things, read languages, read many things, develop a multi-dimensional outlook. Learning should be there. If you are a more learning person, you may fight for others. You may get more enlightenment. So education creates great change in the society. You have to protect education. You have to follow education. If you follow the great impressions and sayings of education, then you will get. So he has given a great contribution for the development of education during the constitution preparation period and during the constitution implementation period, during his minister as a law. So he contributed a lot for the development of Indian education in the all levels.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Extraordinary keynote address and deliberation discussion. With your permission, may I go for presentation?
Yes, Amresh sir, please
Thank you,
move.
sir. Thank you, sir. So, good evening to Professor Chennai sir, my guru, keynote speaker, collaborator, and noble participants. Outstanding contributions of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar to modern India. Here, the outline of the presentation, explore the outstanding contribution of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar to modern India. Already Professor Chennai sir rightly mentioned during that time, heavy rain, I was not able to, but I tried my best to listen through YouTube. So Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, father of Indian Constitution, born on 14th April 1891, on 6th December 1956, at the age of just 65 years only, passed away. But his contributions are extraordinary. Punjabis, according to Osho also, they are very courageous. I just before coming to the program, I watched great songs on Ambedkar, Telugu, Hindi, English, and Punjabi. But this Punjabi song extraordinary. So just within 3 minutes, it is our duty to recall the great contributions of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Over to you.
किस्मत जदों सी लीरा लीरा नवियां लिख दित्तियां तकदीरां हो किस्मत जदों सी लीरा लीरा नवियां लिख दित्तियां तकदीरां सुन के रो भरियां तकरीरां दुश्मन खड़े सी कातर थे लेके बाबा साहब ने कष्ट अनेका चले बोले मनु बाद ते हले तन ते कष्ट अनेका चले बोले मनु बाद ते हले तिखे तीर जिगर ते चले हथ सी जावर दे लेके बाबा साहब ने दिते लेके भीमराव ने दिते लेके भीमराव ने दिते सानू हक बराबर दे 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 हो चिट्टे बड़े मुकदमे पारे करके केस विरोधी हारे हो चिट्टे बड़े मुकदमे पारे करके केस विरोधी हारे बिजी बिल्ली बन गए सारे अगे शेर बहादुर गए लेके बाबा साहब ने दिते लेके भीमराव ने दिते लेके भीमराव ने दिते सानू हक बराबर दे रत्तू कहे रंधावे वाला कितना रोशन मिशन निराला रत्तू कहे रंधावे वाला कितना रोशन मिशन निराला हुण देना नहीं काला वाला जीना नाल है आदर दे लेके बाबा साहब ने दिते लेके भीमराव ने दिते लेके भीमराव ने दिते सानू हक बराबर दे हक बराबर दे हक बराबर दे हक बराबर दे हक बराबर दे
Right. Very nice song in the Punjabi. I think those who can understand Hindi also, they can understand the language.
The life
Life
struggles of
struggles
Dr.
of-
B.R. Ambedkar. Welcome to Study IQ. मेरा नाम है आदेश सिंह। दोस्तों, आज हम बात करने वाले हैं एक ऐसी पर्सनैलिटी की जिन्होंने जीवन में संघर्ष के द्वारा न सिर्फ अपनी एक अलग पहचान बनाई, बल्कि समाज के एक बड़े वर्ग को नई दिशा दिखाने का काम भी किया। बाबा साहेब नाम से पॉपुलर ये एक इंडियन ज्यूरिस्ट, इकोनॉमिस्ट, पॉलिटिशियन, सोशल रिफॉर्मर होने के साथ साथ इंडिपेंडेंट इंडिया के फर्स्ट लॉ मिनिस्टर और इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के प्रिंसिपल आर्किटेक्ट भी रहे। जी हां, हम बात कर रहे हैं डॉक्टर बी आर अम्बेडकर की। आज 14 अप्रैल के दिन हम इन्हीं महान शख्सियत की जयंती सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं, तो ये एकदम सही मौका है इनकी लाइफ और संघर्ष को डिटेल में जानने का। डॉक्टर अंबेडकर के नाम और उनके काम से तो लगभग सभी परिचित होते हैं, लेकिन इन्होंने जीवन में जिन स्ट्रगल्स का सामना किया उनके बारे में अक्सर कम ही बात होती है। इसलिए आज की वीडियो में हम एक लीडर बनने से पहले डॉक्टर अंबेडकर के जीवन संघर्ष की बात करेंगे और देखेंगे किस तरह दलित लीडर के तौर पर उनका विकास हुआ। तो आइए शुरू करते हैं। बर्थ एंड अर्ली लाइफ। 14 अप्रैल 1891 को भीमाबाई और रामजी मालोजी सकपाल के घर एक बेटे का जन्म होता है। रामजी सकपाल एक आर्मी ऑफिसर थे जो कि मध्य प्रदेश के म्हाऊ में स्टेशन थे। मां भीमाबाई अपने बेटे को भीम बुलाने का फैसला लेती हैं। इनके जन्म से पहले ही रामजी के एक अंकल जो कि सन्यासी का जीवन जी रहे थे, एक भविष्यवाणी करते हैं कि जन्म लेने वाली ये संतान एक दिन वर्ल्ड फेम हासिल करेगी। रामजी और भीमाबाई की पहले से ही कई संतानें थीं। इसके बावजूद उन्होंने भीमराव को अच्छी शिक्षा दिलाने के लिए हर संभव प्रयास करने की ठान ली थी। 2 साल बाद रामजी आर्मी से रिटायर हो जाते हैं और पूरी फैमिली डापोली मूव कर जाती है, जो कि महाराष्ट्र के रत्नागिरी डिस्ट्रिक्ट में लोकेटेड है। ये ओरिजिनली यहीं से बिलोंग करते थे। भीम को 5 साल की उम्र में स्कूल में दाखिला दिलाया जाता है, लेकिन पूरे परिवार के लिए राम जी को मिल रही छोटी सी आर्मी पेंशन पर गुजारा करना मुश्किल हो रहा था। ऐसे में राम जी के कुछ दोस्त जब उनके लिए सतारा में जॉब ढूंढ लेते हैं तो परिवार एक बार फिर मूव करता है, लेकिन कुछ समय बाद ही इन्हें एक ट्रेजेडी से गुजरना पड़ता है। भीमाबाई जो कुछ समय से बीमार चल रही थी, उनकी मृत्यु हो जाती है। इसके बाद भीम की आंट मीरा बच्चों की देखभाल का जिम्मा उठा लेती हैं। राम जी महाभारत और रामायण की स्टोरीज अपने बच्चों को सुनाया करते थे और उनके लिए डिवोशनल सॉन्ग्स भी गाया करते थे। इस तरह भीम और उनके भाई बहनों की होम लाइफ अभी भी हैप्पी थी। लेकिन दोस्तों, इसका यह मतलब नहीं है कि भीमराव जी के लिए सब कुछ आसान रहा। आइए देखते हैं आगे चलकर किस तरह की मुश्किलों का सामना उन्होंने किया। फेस ऑफ विद कास्ट प्रेजुडिसेस। छोटी उम्र में ही भीम का ध्यान इस ओर जाता है कि उनके और उनकी फैमिली के साथ कुछ अलग तरह का व्यवहार किया जाता है। स्कूल में उन्हें बाकी स्टूडेंट्स की डेस्क से दूर रूम के एक कोने में रफ मैट पर बैठना पड़ता था। ब्रेक में उन्हें उस बर्तन से पानी नहीं पीने दिया जाता था जिससे बाकी बच्चे पिया करते थे। भीम को यह समझ नहीं आता था कि आखिर उनके साथ ये अलग व्यवहार क्यों किया जाता है। उनमें ऐसा क्या गलत है। एक बार उन्हें और उनके बड़े भाई को समर हॉलिडेज स्पेंड करने के लिए गोरेगांव ट्रैवल करना था, जहां उनके फादर कैशियर की तरह काम कर रहे थे। ये ट्रेन से उतरकर लंबे समय तक स्टेशन पर इंतजार करते हैं, लेकिन राम जी इनसे मिलने नहीं आ पाते। भीम और उनके भाई काफी वेल ड्रेस्ड, क्लीन और पोलाइट थे। स्टेशन मास्टर थोड़ा काइंडनेस शो करते हुए इनके पास आते हैं और पूछते हैं कि ये लोग कौन हैं और कहां जा रहे हैं। इस पर भीम बिना कुछ सोचे उन्हें बता देते हैं कि वो लोग महार्स हैं। ये सुनकर स्टेशन मास्टर एकदम हैरान रह जाता है। उसके फेस के काइंडली एक्सप्रेशंस एकदम से बदल जाते हैं और वो इनके पास से वापस लौट जाता है। इसके बाद भीम अपने फादर तक पहुंचने के लिए बुलक कार्ट हायर करने की सोचते हैं, लेकिन कार्टमैन तक बात पहुंच चुकी थी कि ये लोग अनटचेबल्स हैं और इसलिए वो इनसे बात भी नहीं करना चाहते थे। फाइनली इन्हें जर्नी की यूजुअल कॉस्ट का डबल पे करने के लिए राजी होना पड़ता है और साथ ही कार्ट को ड्राइव भी खुद ही करना पड़ता है। कार्ट ड्राइवर कार्ट के साथ पैदल ही चलता है क्योंकि उसको इनसे पोल्यूट होने का डर था। हालांकि एक्स्ट्रा मनी की वजह से वो कार्ट को बाद में प्योरीफाई करने पर राजी हो गया था। इस पूरी जर्नी के दौरान भीम जो कुछ भी हुआ उसके बारे में लगातार सोचते रहते हैं, लेकिन उन्हें इसके पीछे का कारण समझ नहीं आता। वो और उनके भाई एकदम क्लीन और नीटली ड्रेस थे, फिर भी उनके स्पर्श से सभी चीजें पोल्यूट कैसे हो सकती थी। भीम इस इंसिडेंट को कभी नहीं भुला पाते। जैसे जैसे वो बड़े हुए, इस तरह की सेंसलेस इंसल्ट्स ने उन्हें रियलाइज कराया कि हिंदू सोसाइटी जिसे अनटचेबिलिटी कहती है वो एकदम स्टूपिड, क्रूअल और अनरीजनेबल है। उनकी बहन को उनका हेयर कट घर पर ही करना पड़ता था क्योंकि गांव के बाबर्स को एक अनटचेबल द्वारा पोल्यूट होने से डर लगता था। अगर भीम अपनी सिस्टर से पूछते कि वो अनटचेबल्स क्यों हैं, तो उनके पास एक ही जवाब होता था कि ऐसा हमेशा से होता आया है। भीम इस जवाब से संतुष्ट नहीं थे। वो जानते थे कि ऐसा हमेशा होता रहा है का ये मतलब नहीं है कि इसके पीछे कोई जस्ट रीजन है या आगे भी ऐसे ही होते रहना चाहिए। ये सब चेंज हो सकता है। ये तो बात हुई भीमराव जी के कास्टिज्म के साथ कुछ शुरुआती अनुभवों की। आगे बढ़ते हैं और देखते हैं कि स्टडीज में उनका परफॉर्मेंस किस तरह का रहता है। एन आउटस्टैंडिंग स्कॉलर। भीम की किस्मत कुछ मायनों में अच्छी भी थी। स्कूल में एक टीचर थे जो हाई कास्ट का होने के बावजूद भीम को काफी पसंद करते थे। उनका नाम था कृष्णाजी केशव अम्बेडकर। वो भीम की काबिलियत पहचानते हुए उनके अच्छे काम की तारीफ करते थे और उन्हें प्रोत्साहित करते थे। इन्होंने ही भीम का लास्ट नेम अपने खुद के सरनेम अंबेडकर में चेंज किया। इससे पहले स्कूल में भीम का सरनेम उनके फादर ने अंबादावेकर रजिस्टर कराया था, जिसका अर्थ था कि ये अपने नेटिव विलेज अंबादावे से आते हैं। दोस्तों, जब भीम के फादर ने दोबारा शादी का फैसला किया तो भीम काफी दुखी हो जाते हैं। वो अभी भी अपनी मदर को काफी मिस करते थे। ऐसे में वो यहां से बॉम्बे भाग जाना चाहते थे और इसके लिए उन्होंने अपनी आंटी का पर्स चुराने का फैसला किया। फाइनली जब उनके हाथ ये पर्स लगा तो उसमें सिर्फ एक छोटा सा सिक्का ही था। भीम को काफी शर्मिंदगी महसूस हुई। उन्होंने उस कॉइन को वापस रखा और खुद से एक वादा किया कि वो पढ़ाई में खूब मेहनत करेंगे और इंडिपेंडेंट बनेंगे। और अपनी कड़ी मेहनत से जल्द ही वो सबकी तारीफ का पात्र बन गए और सभी टीचर्स का दिल उन्होंने जीत लिया। इसके बाद टीचर्स भीम के फादर राम जी से आग्रह करते हैं कि अपने बेटे भीम को वो बेस्ट एजुकेशन दें। इनके कहने पर राम जी अपनी फैमिली के साथ बॉम्बे मूव कर जाते हैं। यहाँ इन्हें एक ऐसे एरिया में रहना पड़ता है जहाँ गरीब से गरीब लोग रहा करते थे, और वो भी सिर्फ एक छोटे से कमरे में। लेकिन भीम इंडिया के वन ऑफ द बेस्ट स्कूल्स एल्फिंस्टन हाई स्कूल में दाखिला ले पाते हैं। एक छोटे से रूम में पूरे परिवार के एक साथ रहने की वजह से वो बहुत क्राउडेड फील होता था, और बाहर स्ट्रीट्स भी बहुत नॉइजी हुआ करती थी। इसलिए भीम स्कूल से आने के बाद सो जाया करते थे, और फिर उनके फादर सुबह 2 बजे इन्हें उठाया करते थे। उस समय सब शांत होता था और भीम अपना होमवर्क और पढ़ाई पीसफुली कर सकते थे। इस बड़े शहर में जहां लाइफ विलेजेस से ज्यादा मॉडर्न थी, भीम पाते हैं कि उन्हें अभी भी अनटचेबल बोला जाता है और ऐसे ट्रीट किया जाता है जैसे कि वो बहुत अलग और खराब हैं। यहां तक कि उनके फेमस स्कूल में भी ऐसा होता था। एक दिन टीचर ने उन्हें सम सॉल्व करने के लिए ब्लैक बोर्ड के पास बुलाया। इस पर क्लास के बाकी सभी लड़के एकदम से खड़े हो गए और नाराजगी दिखाने लगे, क्योंकि ब्लैक बोर्ड के पीछे उनके लंच बॉक्सेस रखे हुए थे और उनका मानना था कि भीम उनके खाने को पोल्यूट कर देंगे। और जब भीम संस्कृत की शिक्षा लेना चाहते थे तो उन्हें कहा जाता है कि ये अनटचेबल्स के लिए फॉरबिडन है, इसलिए उन्हें पर्शियन पढ़नी पड़ती है। हालांकि आगे चलकर उन्होंने खुद से संस्कृत को भी सीखा। खैर, इसी बीच 17 साल की एज में भीम ने मैट्रिकुलेशन एग्जाम पास कर लिया। अपनी कम्युनिटी से वो ऐसा करने वाले पहले इंसान थे। उस समय अर्ली मैरिजेस कॉमन हुआ करती थी, तो इसी साल भीम की शादी रमाबाई से कर दी गई। भीम ने पढ़ाई में अपनी मेहनत जारी रखी और नेक्स्ट इंटरमीडिएट एग्जामिनेशन डिस्टिंक्शन के साथ पास किया। लेकिन अब इससे आगे राम जी स्कूल फीस पे करने में असमर्थ महसूस कर रहे थे। ऐसे में भीम के एक शुभचिंतक ने बड़ौदा के महाराजा गायकवाड़ को भीम की रिकमेंडेशन भेजी। शाहू महाराज ने इन्हें मंथली स्कॉलरशिप ग्रांट कर दी। इस स्कॉलरशिप की हेल्प से भीमराव 1912 में अपनी बीए पास कर लेते हैं और इसके बाद उन्हें सिविल सर्विस में एक जॉब दे दी जाती है। लेकिन सिर्फ 2 हफ्तों के बाद ही उन्हें वापस बॉम्बे अपने घर जाना पड़ता है, क्योंकि राम जी बहुत बीमार पड़ गए थे और कुछ समय बाद ही उनका स्वर्गवास हो जाता है। इसके बाद 1913 में दोस्तों भीमराव को आगे पढ़ने का मौका मिलता है। दरअसल बड़ौदा के महाराजा एक स्कीम शुरू करते हैं जिसके तहत कुछ आउटस्टैंडिंग स्कॉलर्स को फर्दर स्टडीज के लिए अब्रॉड भेजा जाना था। भीमराव भी इसमें सिलेक्ट किए जाते हैं, लेकिन उन्हें एक अग्रीमेंट साइन करना पड़ता है जिसके अनुसार अपनी स्टडीज फिनिश करने के बाद 10 साल इन्हें बड़ौदा स्टेट को सर्व करना था। इस तरह 1913 में भीमराव यूएसए चले जाते हैं और न्यूयॉर्क में स्थित वर्ल्ड फेमस कोलंबिया यूनिवर्सिटी से पढ़ाई करते हैं। इनके मेन सब्जेक्ट्स इकोनॉमिक्स और सोशियोलॉजी थे। 2 साल के अंदर वो एमए की डिग्री हासिल कर लेते हैं और अगले ही साल अपनी पीएचडी थीसिस भी कंप्लीट कर लेते हैं। इसके बाद वो कोलंबिया छोड़कर इंग्लैंड चले जाते हैं और वहां लंदन स्कूल ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स ज्वाइन कर लेते हैं। हालांकि उन्हें कोर्स पूरा होने से पहले ही लंदन छोड़ना पड़ता है, क्योंकि स्टेट ऑफ बड़ौदा द्वारा दी गई स्कॉलरशिप एक्सपायर हो जाती है। भीमराव को 3 साल का इंतजार करना पड़ता है लंदन वापस जाकर अपनी पढ़ाई पूरी करने के लिए। खैर, उससे पहले बात करते हैं वापस इंडिया आकर उनके किस तरह के एक्सपीरियंसेस रहते हैं। रिटर्न टू इंडिया, नाइटमेयर इन बड़ौदा। दोस्तों, जैसा कि तय हुआ था, भीमराव बड़ौदा को सर्व करने के लिए वापस आ जाते हैं। उन्हें बड़ौदा सिविल सर्विस में एक शानदार जॉब दी जाती है। भीमराव के पास अब डॉक्टरेट की उपाधि थी और एक टॉप जॉब के लिए वो ट्रेन हो रहे थे। लेकिन इस सब के बाद भी उन्हें हिंदू कास्ट सिस्टम के वर्स्ट फीचर्स का सामना करना पड़ता है। ये अब और ज्यादा मुश्किल था, क्योंकि वो पिछले 4 साल से देश से बाहर रह रहे थे, अनटचेबल के लेबल से एकदम फ्री और दूर। जिस ऑफिस में वो काम कर रहे थे, वहां कोई भी उन्हें फाइल्स और पेपर्स हाथ में नहीं देता था। सर्वेंट उनकी डेस्क पर फाइल्स फेंक दिया करता था, ना ही उन्हें पीने के लिए पानी दिया जाता था। रिस्पेक्ट देना तो बहुत दूर की बात है, और ये सब सिर्फ और सिर्फ उनकी कास्ट की वजह से। भीमराव जी को रूम के लिए बहुत से होटल्स के चक्कर लगाने पड़ते हैं, लेकिन कोई भी उन्हें रूम देने के लिए तैयार नहीं होता। आखिर में उन्हें एक पारसी गेस्ट हाउस में रहने की जगह मिलती है, और वो भी तब जब उन्होंने अपनी कास्ट को सीक्रेट रखने का फैसला कर लिया था। यहां उन्हें बहुत ही अनकंफर्टेबल कंडीशंस में रहना पड़ता है। भीमराव जी उम्मीद कर रहे थे कि अपनी सिविल सर्विस जॉब के थ्रू वो रहने के लिए कोई और जगह जल्द ही ढूंढ लेंगे। लेकिन इससे पहले ही एक दिन सुबह जब वो काम के लिए निकल ही रहे थे, गुस्साए हुए लोगों का एक गैंग उनके कमरे के बाहर लाठियों के साथ खड़ा था। ये लोग भीमराव जी पर होटल को पोल्यूट करने का इल्जाम लगाते हैं और धमकी देते हैं कि शाम तक यहां से निकल जाएं, वरना ऐसे में भीमराव क्या करते? वो बहुत ही मिजरेबल और रिजेक्टेड फील करते हैं। कोई और चॉइस न होने के कारण नई जॉब के सिर्फ 12 दिन बाद ही उन्हें बॉम्बे वापस लौटना पड़ता है। बॉम्बे में वो एक छोटा सा बिजनेस शुरू करने की कोशिश करते हैं, जिसमें वो लोगों को इन्वेस्टमेंट पर एडवाइस देते हैं। लेकिन कस्टमर्स को जैसे ही उनकी कास्ट के बारे में पता चलता है, ये बिजनेस भी फेल हो जाता है। यानी काबिलियत भले ही कितनी भी हो, सिर्फ एक कास्ट के लेबल की वजह से भीमराव जी को हर जगह अवहेलना और तिरस्कार का सामना करना पड़ रहा था। दोस्तों, इसके बाद भीमराव जी की लाइफ का एक नया फेज शुरू होता है। आइए जानते हैं उसके बारे में। भीमराव, राइज एज अ लीडर ऑफ इंडियाज अनटचेबल्स। 1918 में भीमराव बॉम्बे के सिडेनम कॉलेज में लेक्चरर बन जाते हैं और यहां स्टूडेंट्स के बीच एक ब्रिलियंट टीचर और स्कॉलर के रूप में उनकी एक पहचान बन जाती है। इसी समय उन्होंने एक मराठी न्यूज़पेपर मूक नायक की शुरुआत भी की, जो कि अनटचेबल्स की आवाज बनता है। भीमराव जी ने कॉन्फ्रेंसेस ऑर्गेनाइज और अटेंड करना भी शुरू किया, क्योंकि वो जान चुके थे कि दलित्स की सफरिंग को पब्लिसाइज करने की जरूरत है और उनके इक्वल राइट्स के लिए फाइट करना भी जरूरी है। उनकी खुद की जिंदगी ने उन्हें इस संघर्ष की अहमियत समझा दी थी। 1920 में अपने कुछ दोस्तों की मदद से भीमराव लंदन वापस जा पाते हैं और LSE में अपनी स्टडीज कंप्लीट करते हैं। इसके साथ ही वो ग्रेज इन में बैरिस्टर की पढ़ाई के लिए भी एनरोल कर लेते हैं। 1923 में वो LSE से इकोनॉमिक्स में डॉक्टरेट की उपाधि के साथ इंडिया वापस आते हैं और इस वर्ल्ड फेमस इंस्टीट्यूशन से डॉक्टरेट हासिल करने वाले वो शायद पहले ही इंडियन रहे होंगे। इसके अलावा वो बैरिस्टर एट लॉ में भी क्वालिफाई कर चुके थे। लेकिन उन्हें पता था इंडिया में कुछ भी नहीं बदला है। उनकी क्वालिफिकेशंस अनटचेबिलिटी की प्रैक्टिस के सामने कोई मायने नहीं रखती थी। वो अभी भी उनके करियर के लिए एक ऑब्स्टिकल ही थी। हाँ, लेकिन अब उन्होंने दुनिया की बेस्ट एजुकेशन हासिल कर ली थी और दलित कम्युनिटी को लीड करने की पूरी काबिलियत रखते थे। ये अपने समय के बेस्ट माइंड्स के साथ इक्वल टर्म्स पर आर्ग्यू कर सकते थे और उन्हें परसुएड भी कर सकते थे। लॉ के भी एक्सपर्ट थे और ब्रिटिश कमीशंस के आगे एक गिफ्टेड स्पीकर की तरह कन्विंसिंग एविडेंस दे सकते थे। भीमराव जी ने अपनी आगे की जिंदगी इसी टास्क को समर्पित कर दी। एजुकेशन की इंपॉर्टेंस को जानते हुए भीमराव ने 1924 में बहिष्कृत हितकारिणी सभा नाम से एक एसोसिएशन की शुरुआत की। इसका काम हॉस्टल्स, स्कूल्स और फ्री लाइब्रेरीज सेटअप करना था। इसके बाद 1927 में महाड़ सत्याग्रह हो, राउंड टेबल कॉन्फ्रेंसेस में पार्टिसिपेट करना हो या कंस्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली में दलित राइट्स को इंश्योर करना, भीमराव जी ने दलित्स की इमेंसिपेशन के लिए ही काम किया। कंक्लूजन। दोस्तों, ये थी कहानी एक ऐसे संघर्ष की जिसने पूरी दलित कम्युनिटी को आगे चलकर प्रेरित किया। डॉक्टर भीमराव अंबेडकर न सिर्फ दलित्स के लीडर बने, बल्कि सभी वल्नरेबल कम्युनिटीज के राइट्स की बात उन्होंने की। वो वुमेन राइट्स के एक बड़े पक्षधर थे। उन्होंने अपने जीवन में आई कठिनाइयों से कभी हार नहीं मानी, बल्कि उन्हीं की प्रेरणा से एक लीडर के रूप में खुद को विकसित किया। ऐसी महान शख्सियत को आज उनकी जयंती पर हमारा शत शत नमन।
Right. It's the original audio of Dr. Bhimram Ambedkar.
So far, as the ultimate goal is concerned, I think none of us need have any apprehensions. None of us need have any doubt. But my fear, which I must express clearly, is this. Our difficulty, as I said, is...
So, Professor Chinnai sir rightly mentioned about the Constitution, how B.R. Ambedkar worked and what are the greatness of different political leaders, freedom fighters for the Constitution of India. This is another Baba Saheb Ambedkar on Constitution.
I say leave aside all these considerations and make some attempt whereby those who are not prepared to come will come. Let us make it possible for them to come.
संविधान निर्माता बाबा साहेब अम्बेडकर हाशिए पर खड़े हर उस व्यक्ति की आवाज थे, हैं और रहेंगे जो विकास के झूठे दौर में पिछड़ गए हैं। वो उन दलितों के मसीहा हैं जिन्हें किसी वक्त सामूहिक कुएं से पानी भरने तक का हक नहीं होता था। वो उन महिलाओं के रहबर हैं जिन्हें पितृसत्तात्मक मनोवादी व्यवस्था घर की चारदीवारी के भीतर कैद करके रखना चाहती है। बाबा साहेब उन विचारों के जनक हैं जो इस समाज में न्याय को स्थापित करने की कोशिश करती हैं। आज के इस दौर में जब भीषण महामारी के बीच भी दलितों के हाथ का बना खाना खाने से इनकार कर दिया जाता है, जब महिलाओं की आजादी पर नेताओं के बयानों के जरिए पहरे लगाने की कोशिश की जाती है, जब समुदायों और जातियों के बीच विश्वास घट रहा है, जातीय और धार्मिक संघर्ष देश को कमजोर करने में लगा है, तब बाबा साहेब का ये कथन सुनना, समझना और उसे अपनाना जरूरी हो जाता है।
Let us leave aside slogans. Let us leave aside words which frighten people. Let us even make concession to the prejudices of our opponents. Bring them in so that they may willingly join with us on marching upon that road, which, as I said, if we walk long enough, must necessarily lead us to unity.
नारों और लोगों को डराने वाली भाषा को छोड़कर, पूर्वाग्रहों को परे रखकर सभी को इकट्ठा लाने की कोशिश की जानी चाहिए। बाबा साहेब की एक एक बात आज के दौर में शब्दशः प्रासंगिक है। जिस तरीके से पिछले कुछ सालों में व्यक्ति पूजा के भाव राजनीति में स्थापित हो गए हैं और गुलाम मानसिकता भक्ति का रूप लेकर आलोचनाओं की हत्या कर रही है, हमें बाबा साहेब का ये कथन याद करना होगा।
धर्म के क्षेत्र में भक्ति आत्मा की मुक्ति का मार्ग हो सकता है, परंतु राजनीति में भक्ति या न्यायिक पूजा पतन और अंततः तानाशाही का सीधा रास्ता है।
इससे बचने का उपाय भी बाबा साहेब बताते हैं। पूरी व्यवस्था को तानाशाही होने से बचाने की सबसे बड़ी जिम्मेदारी लोगों पर है। बाबा साहेब कहते हैं,
अपनी स्वतंत्रता को एक महानायक के चरणों में भी समर्पित न करें या उस पर विश्वास करके उसे इतनी शक्तियां न दे दें कि वो संस्थाओं को खत्म करने में समर्थ हो जाए।
बाबा साहेब ने उस वक्त इस देश को संविधान स्वरूप एक रास्ता दिया जब देश चलने को तैयार ही हुआ था। आज जब हम रफ्तार पकड़ चुके हैं, उस वक्त भी बाबा साहेब के विचार हमें सही दिशा और उचित रफ्तार के बारे में मार्गदर्शन करते हैं। महामानव बाबा साहेब के प्रति कृतज्ञता का सर्वोत्तम रूप उनके विचारों को अपनाना ही हो सकता है।
आपका मुद्दा बनेगा देश का मुद्दा।
Right. So freedom of mind is the real freedom according to B.R. Ambedkar. A person whose mind is not free, though he may not be in chains, is a slave, not a free man. So mind is playing a major role. It is better to broad mind or open mind. Extraordinarily explained by B.R. Ambedkar. The same thing here. Once whose mind is not free though alive is no better than dead. Freedom of mind is the proof of one's existence. So always be yourself. I measure the progress of a community by the degree of progress which women have achieved. So 2 days back, I delivered a lecture on women's right with a special reference to women's education and empowerment. Already yesterday I mentioned. So women. That's why we are always celebrating every year 8th March International Women's Day. In India also, National Women's Day, Savitribai Phule. If I'm not wrong, birthday of Savitribai Phule, we are celebrating National Women's Day. If I find the constitution being misused, I shall be the first to burn it. Dr. Ambedkar, we are Indians firstly and lastly. So whenever we are visiting foreign countries, so we are recognized as an Indians, not a citizen of Andhra Pradesh or Meghalaya or some other states. So we are all Indians. So during that time, see, 100 years back, he went to foreign country and he did his PG, PhD and a DSc. So D means nowadays in India also in Sri Venkateswara University, many teachers they did under NEHU Northeastern Hill University, DLET and Doctor of Science, DSc. We have those who are interested, you can join. I informed regarding my DLET. I want all people to be Indians first, Indian last, and nothing else but Indians. But again, you can see Professor Chennai sir rightly mentioned how former Prime Minister of Ministers of India, Indira Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Rajiv Gandhi, they united India, but last 10 to 15 years, many states of India divided into further states. It is not a good sign for unification. They cannot make history who forget history. History is very important, where we came. Even this is the time to recall Chanakya, Chandragupta, Ashoka. So Chandragupta meant after defeating the Dhananands, when he became a king of Maurya Samraj, now Pataliputra, Patna. So she said, "This help us, please keep the old dress." It always recalls our information. We can recall where from where we started our journey. So right now, where we are. It is always better. Never forget fast. Men are mortal, so are ideas, and ideas needs propagation as much as a plant needs watering. Otherwise, both will here wither and die. It is our duty always. So just like Professor Chennai sir yesterday itself explained beautifully, suppose whenever there is no rain, maybe the land you can see without any plants, but when rain or water available immediately, so many plants can grow. I measure the progress of a community with the degree of progress women, already this one. Be educated, be organized, and be agitated. Class is a state of mind. So very nicely, even regarding caste also he mentioned the same. The stories of women entering into public discussion with men and most here abstruse subjects of religion, philosophy, and metaphysics are by no means few. What are we having this liberty for? We are having this liberty to reform our social system, which is full of inequality, discrimination, and other things which conflict with our fundamental rights. Because of the constitutional rights, because of the reservation, because of education, because of empowerment programs, only the untrodden or downtrodden people, socially, economically, physically, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and women, all nowadays they are in higher position. The best example where I'm working Meghalaya, even though a tribal state, but you can see extraordinary development and equality and women empowerment. We shall see better days soon, and our progress will be accelerated if male education is pursued side by side with female education. Savitribai Phule was the first female teacher in India. So Jyotirao Phule, now Savitribai Phule, Pune University. I got golden opportunities to visit many times there and regularly delivering lecture for their HRDCs. Life should be great. Venkata Subramanian sir rightly asked, life should be great rather than long. So best example, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar life. He passed away at the age of 65, but you can see how many degrees, how much work he done. This is really a wonderful quote. A great man is different from an eminent one in that he is ready to be the servant of the society, everyone. But nowadays, the politicians are not like that, to enjoy their position, to protect their wealth. So they are entering maximum. MLAs and MPs and ministers, they have crimes, so many cases, but we want a very clean and pure politician like Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Law and order are the medicine of the body. Politics, and when the body politics gets sick, medicine must be here administered. So this is very, very law and order is very important in districts, DC or district collector, they're responsible, and the state government is the responsible for law and order. A people and their religion must be judged by social standards based on social ethics. No other standard would have any meaning if religion is held to be necessary good for the well-being of the people. I like the religion that teaches liberty. Bhupesh Debarma sir nicely mentioned this one. Equality and fraternity. This is very, very important, wherever it is. So that's why he maybe expected and liked Buddhism. Our is a battle, not for wealth, nor for power. Ours is battle for freedom, for here reclamation of human personality, cultivation of minds. So mind is the source for everything. Even Professor Chennai sir rightly mentioned World War I, World War II, the initiated the minds of the few people only. Cultivation of mind should be the ultimate aim of human existence. Caste cannot be abolished by inter-caste dinners or stray instances of inter-caste marriages. Caste is a state of mind. So what a wonderful message by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. It's a state of mind, just like a happiness is also a state of mind. But really, we are happy that because of education, because of economic independence and other things, empowerment, maximum things are happening. Best example, our Meghalaya governor, rightly Satyapal Malik ji, rightly mentioned, he belongs to Rajasthan, state of Rajasthan. Earlier, the SCs and STs are not in a position to maybe move and freely in the village streets also during maybe their marriage functions. The horses are also not allowed to ride. So many things he explained, but now they are, because of their education, they are becoming IAS officers, IPS officers. Now maximum Thakurs, everyone, they are receiving him and their same platform. Even though they're whenever they're approaching, they stand up and they're showing respect. It is because of empowerment and education. My final words of advice to you are educate. What a wonderful here. Educate and organize. Have faith in yourself. Faith is self-learning, self-motivation, self-interest, self-evaluation. Everything is self. 1,000-mile journey start the first step in the same way. If you want to see a change from others, it is your duty to change by yourself, according to Mahatma Gandhi. If you believe in living a respectable life, you believe in self-help, which is the best health. See, what a wonderful B.R. Ambedkar, Ravindranath Tagore also mentioned the same thing. Srirangam Srinivasalu in our Telugu literature also. No one will come to take care of about yourself. You are the one to take care of yourself. Religion is for man and not man for religion. This is true. While reading an article written by a South African writer, she rightly mentioned the culture is created by human beings. Human beings, cultures are created by human beings, but the culture never created human beings. It is our duty to adapt what type of culture you have. Suppose in a Muslim, thanks to Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi ji, earlier because of talak only 3 times, maybe her interpretations are different, but maximum Muslim women, they are happy regarding this bill. How a person can give divorce while simply saying talak, even though religious, but we are Indians, it is our duty to come under Indian Penal Code instead of the religious things. What is called religion by the Hindus is nothing but a multitude of commands and prohibitions under it. There is no loyalty to ideals. There is only conformity to commands. I have no hesitation in saying that such a religion must be destroyed. So this is the opinion of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Here, bhakti in religion may be a road to the salvation of the soul. But in politics, bhakti is a sure road to here degradation and to eventual. This is right now, it is a taking place dictatorship. So one way or other way, some of governments is the best example of this quotation. We are going to enter into a life of contradictions. In politics, we will have equality, and in social and economic rights, we will have inequality. We must remove this contradiction, or else we suffer from this inequality, will blow up the structure. That's why Dr. B.R. Ambedkar provided reservation for SCs and STs and women and other n number of reservations. Best example, the southern parts of India, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Pondicherry, Union Territory, they are following maximum percentage of reservations. Best state regarding this reservation, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu is the number 1. Maybe participants are from Tamil Nadu, they know very well. Generally speaking, the Smritikars never care to explain the why and how of their dogmas. This is their opinion. This is just within a 30 to 39 seconds, one nice rare video picture of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in this video. Only 39 seconds, I think. Yeah, 30 only.
क्रांती सूर्य तू शिल्पकार तू भारताचा बोधिसत्वमूक नायका ओढल्या रूढी त्या परंपरा दिव्य तेज तुझ सकल न्यायदायका जीवन तुझे आम्हास प्रेरणा दाही दिशा तुझीच गर्जना गर्जना भीमराया माझा भीमराया.
Such a wonderful person. On 6th, so the sovereignty of scriptures of all religions must come to an end if we want to have a united, integrated modern India. That's why we selected this topic, outstanding contributions of Dr. Bharat Ratna, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar to modern India. Such a wonderful person left us on 6th December 1956 at the age of 65. A grand tribute to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. This is last days of the last journey of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar for you.
Subscribe now.
Right. So these are models of myself and Dr. Ratasuni Madam. I think we came to an end. Now over to Professor Chennai, sir.
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 Very good. Congratulations.
Thank
for
you, sir.
your nice presentation. You have showed congratulations for completion of 50 programs. At the same time, you have presented very nicely. Very good.
Thank you,
very
sir.
Good.
Thank you so much, sir.
So because of your willpower, good things, in this program also you have presented very nicely, very important things, very good. All
Thank
the
you,
best,
sir. Thank you.
sir.
Without your support, it is impossible, sir. We are really grateful to you from bottom of our heart.
Thank you, Amresh, sir.
Thank you, sir. So with the permission of Professor Chennai, sir, I'm going to deliver a vote of thanks. It is really a wonderful journey to complete a 50 international workshops under the same series. So we started during morning time, again shifted to 2 to 5, again. So many changes within these 50 workshops. We learned many things. I made so many changes, but Professor Chennai sir rightly advised me, don't put any type of condition. Participants can come at any time. They can leave because of network issues, their work culture, many other things, these type of things. So, and you can share feedback from YouTube also. Don't make any, don't lock. So many suggestions, so many advices. I simply followed, and I'm really grateful to Professor Chennai sir and Dr. Srutasini Gogoi madam, the two collaborators, for continuous support, even though ma'am is not available on online, but offline always is supporting and keep in touch. There are so many things before organizing the program, preparation, pre-workshop programs, workshop programs, post-workshop programs and activities. We are always doing a preparation to outcome and feedback. Really, we are grateful to Professor Chennai sir and Swatosni Gogoi madam.
Thank you, Amresh sir.
Most welcome,
Thank
sir.
you. Very good.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Prabhasankar Shukla sir, Northeastern Hill University, Professor Raja Reddy sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sri Venkateswara University, Dr. Vijay Bhaskar sir, Dr. Nagarajasri madam, for uploading all the flyers from beginning to end right now, the 50th workshop also on their SVU website. Professor Dikshit sir, IQAC Director, Professor Mipun sir, ISTD Chairman, Professor Mithali Kova ma'am, Principal Moran College, Dr. Rajendra Prasad Bhartakur sir, Coordinator IQAC Moran College, Dr. Shrotosini Gogoi madam, Head Department of Philosophy Moran College and collaborator, and noble participants. Without participation of the participants, it is impossible. Your continuous support well recognized, and we hope the upcoming programs also you will join, and you will get whatever you have, and you can enhance whatever we have. We are always ready to give. With this, we are following time management also. It is our duty to now over to the national anthem. Immediately you will get your feedback form and your certificate. Thank you very much, one and all. And we on 19th we have international doctoral research conference. Already I prepared, and some participants are also selected, paper presenters also. Now national anthem, immediately I will share feedback form.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Jai Hind, thank you. Please submit your feedback form, and after submitting you can check whether you got or not. Yeah, I posted. Please submit. YouTube viewers also submit. YouTube viewers also please submit.